In this episode of One Piece 1099, we delve deep into the truths behind Bartholomew Kuma's transformation into a tyrant and the connections between Bonnie and Queen Dowager Connie of the Sorbet Kingdom. This story uncovers the misunderstood reality of Kuma's rebellion against King Bakori, leading to his reputation as a tyrant. Simultaneously, Bonnie's ability to transform into Connie and her mysterious past are hinted at being significant to the overall narrative. Join us in this video as we clearly explain these intriguing points popular among Japanese fans. If you're surprised by Kuma's truth or find Bonnie's identity unexpected, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive into this detailed analysis. In the last episode, number 1098, we were moved by the portrayal of Ginny's tragic death, Bonnie's illness, and Kuma's tender upbringing of Bonnie. This episode beautifully illustrated the depth of familial bonds in the One Piece world, stirring deep emotions in the viewers. Then, taking a step back to 6 years ago, the episode shockingly ends with King Bakori of Sorbet Kingdom suddenly starting to kill his citizens again. Episode 1099 picks up with King Bakori's plan to burn down the southern part of the Sorbet Kingdom, a region densely populated with elderly residents. Kuma strongly opposed Bakori's inhumane actions. He had also resisted 22 years ago when Bakori attempted to sever the southern part of Sorbet Kingdom. Although previously unsuccessful due to lack of strength, Kuma had since grown significantly stronger through his involvement with the Revolutionary Army. Like Nika, who freed the people from suffering, Kuma was able to protect the people from the threat of King Bakori. Kuma's heroic deeds won him the love and support of the kingdom, leading to his election as the new king of Sorbet Kingdom. However, his reign was short-lived. Bakori spread false rumors that Kuma had violently seized the throne and returned with the Navy's support. Kuma single-handedly sunk all the naval ships, defending his country, but consequently being labeled a pirate and forced to flee alone into the sea. Subsequently, Bonnie, still a child, overcame her illness and resolved to become a pirate in the future. Driven by her desire to meet her father Kuma, she began training for a life at sea. I want to see my father. Jewelry Bonnie. When I recover from my illness at 10, I'll become a pirate too. Jewelry Bonnie. Bonnie's words reflect her strong will and determination for the future. As revealed in episode 1099, she accidentally ate a devil fruit and began training to harness its power. Bonnie, who has become a pirate, follows a path similar to Luffy's. However, some mysteries remain regarding the age fruit she consumed. This fruit was merely speculated to be the age fruit based on her abilities, as observed by Kuma's acquaintance. Even Bonnie herself is unclear about when and where she ate the fruit. As Eiichiro Oda confirmed in Volume 107's SBS that Bonnie's ability is indeed from the age fruit, there's no doubt about her power's origin. Yet, the current portrayal raises questions about how and when she consumed the typically unpleasant-tasting devil fruit. It's plausible that something happened to her when she was captured by the celestial dragons. Otherwise, it's unlikely that she would have acquired the devil fruit's powers. Therefore, this mystery could be a key element in future plot developments. Kuma protected Sorbet Kingdom from King Bakori's repeated tyrannies and became its king, only to flee the country. Rumors now depict him as a tyrant who committed atrocities. This episode almost confirms these rumors to be a manipulation by St. J. Garcia Saturn. The king of Sorbet Kingdom seems to have changed, says a Marine. How odd. Who's the new king? Queries St. J. Garcia Saturn. It's reasonable to assume that St. Saturn later learned of Kuma's revolutionary actions. He likely viewed Kuma as a threat since the God Valley incident. Consequently, some events involving St. Saturn and Kuma might have led to Kuma accepting his infamous reputation as a tyrant. Moreover, Kuma prioritized Bonnie over his role in the Revolutionary Army. Given his history with St. Saturn and the Celestial Dragons, it seems natural to assume that Kuma was blackmailed using Bonnie as a hostage and subjected to human modification by the world government. The real power behind the throne is Mr. Bulldog. I'm just a decorative figure for peace of mind, says Bartholomew Kuma. This line reflects the situation after Kuma became the king of Sorbet Kingdom. Though he ascended to the throne through a one-man revolution, the kingdom was actually run by the former king, Bulldog. Bulldog's mother, Dowager Queen Connie, is the person whom Bonnie transformed into for infiltrating Marijois in episode 908. Bonnie's age fruit allows her to manipulate the age of living beings. In episode 1099, set in Egghead, Bonnie transformed into an appearance resembling her look from about 4 years earlier. Moreover, as demonstrated in her attack on Vegapunk, Distortion Future, she can also morph into a form she envisions for herself in the future. Bonnie's ability to transform into Dowager Queen Connie, with whom she has no blood relation, suggests that she used her age fruit powers, envisioning herself as Connie in the future. This implies that the age fruit might have the potential for transformation abilities when properly honed. Furthermore, Connie is referred to as the former Dowager Queen in flashbacks, yet she is recognized as the Dowager Queen by the gatekeeper of Marijois during the reverie. Typically, a Dowager Queen is the title for the widow of the former king and the mother of the current king. This indicates that Bulldog has been governing Sorbet Kingdom since Kuma left, up until the present. After leaving the Sorbet Kingdom, Kuma traveled the world in search of a doctor to cure Bonnie's illness, eventually encountering the Revolutionary Army by chance. The other day's accident seems to have moved his lab, says Monkey D. Dragon. From Dragon's remark, we can infer that Kuma reunited with the Revolutionary Army right after the incident caused by Caesar and Punk Hazard about 4 years ago. As you may know, Kuma later became one of the 7 warlords of the sea, and 2 years prior, he demonstrated his overwhelming strength to Luffy and his crew. This means it had only been 2 years since he joined the 7 warlords at his first appearance. Eva and Inazuma have been imprisoned, Monkey D. Dragon mentions. The line reveals that Revolutionary Army officers Ivankov and Inazuma had already been jailed in Impel Down 4 years ago. Therefore, the reunion between Ivankov and Kuma must have occurred during the Summit War, explaining why Ivankov was unaware of Kuma's transformation. As depicted in episode 1098, Kuma continued to participate in Revolutionary Army activities while living in Sorbet Kingdom with Bonnie. However, even after Bonnie contracted sapphire scales and left the Revolutionary Army, Kuma remained connected to the group until 4 years ago. For the Revolutionary Army, Kuma is not just a person known to veteran members, but a comrade who fought alongside many of them. This deep bond led the Revolutionary Army to risk their lives to attack Marijois to rescue Kuma. I wanted to talk to you about Bonnie. You know the Navy scientist, Dr. Vegapunk, right? Monkey D. Dragon. Dragon facilitated an introduction to Vegapunk to treat Bonnie's illness. I understand. Live without regrets. We'll also try to find doctors around the world. Monkey D. Dragon. As Dragon stated in episode 1098, when Kuma left the Revolutionary Army, he has always been concerned about Bonnie and Kuma, continuously searching for doctors. Even now, Kuma and Bonnie, daughter of Ginny, remain significant to Dragon and his comrades. The Egghead incident is set to shock the world, with Bonnie and Kuma's past being a major theme. Post-Egghead arc, there's a possibility that Bonnie might be physically or emotionally hurt. The Revolutionary Army is likely to receive information about the Egghead incident. Now, if Bonnie continues to act with the Straw Hat crew after the Egghead arc, it might lead to an imminent encounter between the Revolutionary Army and the Straw Hats. If Bonnie's illness is cured, I'd like to fight together again. Bartholomew Kuma. After becoming a cyborg, Kuma lost his self-awareness and didn't return to the Revolutionary Army. But 4 years ago, he had a strong desire to return. His departure from the Revolutionary Army did not change his bond with his comrades and his desire to defeat the world government and rescue those in suffering. However, the current actions of Kuma are shrouded in mystery, such as why he desperately climbed the Red Line and his whereabouts after the battle with Akainu. From 4 years ago to now, and even 2 years before his appearance as one of the 7 warlords, Kuma has undergone significant changes. This flashback delves deep into the complex relationship between Bartholomew Kuma and St. J. Garcia Saturn. Thus, the cause of Kuma's transformation is likely linked to St. Saturn. What have you seen, Kuma? Monkey D. Dragon. As Dragon mused in episode 1058, the Revolutionary Army is unaware of the details behind Kuma's submission to the world government and his modification surgery. This conversation was probably the last one between Kuma and Dragon before his modification. Kuma then embarked on a lonely journey of interactions within the world government, unknown even to Dragon and his group. Learning about Kuma's past, Bonnie must have shed tears. With this, a clash between the Revolutionary Army and Saint Saturn. Kuma's archenemy seems inevitable in Egghead. Moreover, Bonnie's mature appearance, enhanced by the age fruit, resembles Ginny, and Bello Betty referred to her as Lady Ginny. This suggests that if Bonnie joins the Revolutionary Army, she could become a symbolic figure, potentially replacing Kuma. The Sapphire Scales. Impressive how you've kept it under control until now. It can be cured. I'll use medical techniques that haven't yet been introduced to the public. Dr. Vegapunk. This is the story of Kuma and Bonnie, who met Vegapunk through Dragon's introduction. Vegapunk confidently declared that he could cure the Sapphire Scales. Remarkably, we see that the blue stones in Bonnie's face have disappeared, and she walks under the sun normally. This almost certainly confirms that Vegapunk has cured the Sapphire Scales. I will create and transplant new stem cells. It's a process as complex and costly as creating modified humans. Dr. Vegapunk. In episode 1099, Vegapunk reveals his plan to treat the Sapphire Scales by creating and transplanting new stem cells. In Japan, stem cell therapy is considered a cutting-edge medical technology, playing a crucial role in regenerating lost cells and maintaining bodily tissues. Stem cells are the very source of life, capable of generating various types of cells and replicating themselves. In Bonnie's case, treating Sapphire Scales involves removing malignant cells, causing the condition, and transplanting stem cells. According to Vegapunk's remarks, he was able to treat Sapphire Scales by avoiding natural light and controlling the spread of the symptoms. The fact that Sapphire Scales is caused by malignant cells and can be cured if removed early shares similarities with cancer. While Sapphire Scales is a relatively rare disease, its treatment methods have garnered significant attention. Considering the similarities between Bonnie and Ginny, it's plausible that the cells causing Sapphire Scales are related to life in Marijois and the Celestial Dragons. This suggests that humans and Celestial Dragons are entirely different species, and the interbreeding of these two could lead to genetic errors like Sapphire Scales. This is a fascinating hypothesis. Although it seems that Bonnie was cured of Sapphire Scales with the help of Vegapunk, it's interesting to note that she doesn't show gratitude towards him. This could be because she misunderstood the disease as something that cures itself by age 10, not realizing Vegapunk's role in her recovery. Therefore, it's possible that Bonnie chose the name Jewelry, deriving from the blue stones symptomatic of Sapphire Scales. Having witnessed Kuma's memories, Bonnie is now likely grateful to Vegapunk, while simultaneously harboring intense anger towards Saint Saturn. A saint. I am just a weak pacifista. A pacifist. Bartholomew Kuma. This line emerges in the conversation between Kuma and Vegapunk in episode 1099. It refers to the pacifista unit that played a significant role in the Summit War. However, as Vegapunk stated, the pacifistas didn't become the heroes who save the weak. The primary reason for this lies with Kuma's nemesis, Saint J. Garcia Saturn. Clones are weapons. The value of a weapon is how many people it can kill. You're a man who can't seize an opportunity, Vegapunk. I have a plan. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. From Saint Saturn's perspective, the goal is to make the pacifistas freely usable by the world government. This means turning them into beings that follow orders like robots, devoid of free will, or instilling a system of authority like in the Seraphim. The first part of this plan is likely to transform Vegapunk's ideal of heroes into weapons without a will, heavily influenced by the demands of the world government, which funds Vegapunk. The second part of the plan probably involves convincing Kuma to consent to modifications that eradicate his own will. The challenge here is to how to persuade Kuma to willingly give up his will. Most likely, it involves taking hostage something Kuma deeply cares about. Specifically, could be his adoptive daughter, Jewelry Bonnie, or the citizens of the Sorbet Kingdom who admire Kuma. With either of these as hostages, the compassionate Kuma is likely to succumb to the world government's demands. When I heard you had escaped from the government, I was chilled. But now, it's all over. Akainu. This line, spoken by Akainu in episode 595, reinforces the earlier hypothesis. Akainu was alarmed when Bonnie, an important hostage, escaped. However, now that Kuma has been completely modified and it is under full government control, there are no more issues. Essentially, Vegapunk's plan for pacifistas as peacemakers was forcibly altered by Saint Saturn. Furthermore, the decision to modify Kuma was also made. This left Vegapunk feeling guilty towards Kuma, overly concerned about Bonnie, and he dutifully protected the Straw Hat Pirate ship as requested by Kuma. This suggests that Vegapunk embodied programs in Kuma to oppose the government. Also, the current rampaging of Kuma, who should lack a will, could indicate Vegapunk's involvement. Even assuming that the pacifistas were created as mindless killing machines, the fact that the evolved Seraphim possesses individual wills raises questions. This hints that Vegapunk might be defying the world government orders. Moreover, Kuma's memories stored in room NICU and the secrets Vegapunk and Kuma might have kept suggest a plan for the revival of a will-stripped Kuma. It appears that the groundwork has been laid for a storyline where Kuma, whose dignity and pride were trampled by Saint Saturn, seeks retribution against him. So that's my analysis, but what do you all think? That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we'd be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.